Hello everyone, this is 1 Year On. I'm Alison. And following on from episode 31, today's episode is back to looking at the brain training apps. The one I'm looking at today is called Lumosity, and it's one that I enjoyed playing very much more than Brain HQ. And I'm going to enjoy telling you why, because I'm a bit of a nerd. I hope you enjoy the journey down this road with me. So Lumosity has two membership levels. There's a free subscription and there's a paid subscription. The paid subscription gives you access to all of the games and increased analytics, and it's $89.99 per year or $17.99 a month. I felt it was quite expensive compared with an app called Peak, which will be the next one that I review. The analytics are a particularly interesting bit of the app. They have a Lumosity performance score, LPI, where you are ranked, and within that you're told how you are and what your best LPI is for each kind of test. Also, you can compare yourself to other Lumosity users in your age group. That's pretty cool. The Insights section gives you a lot of interesting information. There were game progress reports, where it tells me that I played Train of Thought 1176 times since July 2024. You could see I was addicted to it at the time, and considering that the next game, called Trouble Brewing, I've played 159 times, you can see how addicted I was to Train of Thought. It also has a section called Game Strength Profile, which gives you cognitive game rankings by LPI. Train of Thought was a topper for me with a ranking of 1802. This ranks your strengths and weaknesses, and they're taken for each game, and there's a standardised LPI which allows comparisons across games with different scoring methods. Only games that you've played in the last 6 months are included in this. I particularly liked checking the Lumosity community for my area. It tells you how many total gameplays there are in the last 24 hours and what my total is, the total cognitive LPI and what mine is, compares your strongest cognitive area against everyone else in the local area, and compares total streaks. I used to have a 340-day streak. You can see which city around the world has the highest LPI rankings. As I write this, Vancouver in British Columbia, Canada, has an average LPI of 1728. Canberra's average is 1121, and the global average is 1257. My LPI is sitting at 1374. So according to the Lumosity boffins, my stats are such that I am above the world average, above my city average. My LPI is between Sao Paulo at 1373 and below Santiago at 1384, 39th and 40th in the world. Currently Canberra's average is lower than I've seen it. It's school holidays here, and I think one particularly high scoring individual leaves town during the holidays, and so Canberra's average goes down. I think this individual has over 3 or 4 years continuous play, thousands of days of playing streak, at least one game a day. That's really impressive. There's also a section called your occupation profile. It looks at over 3.8 million Lumosity members who've indicated their current occupation, and they looked at the strengths of each of those people and then their common patterns in their gameplay. The more you play the game, the more data you give the Lumosity team, who compare you to the 9 most common occupation groupings. Those groupings are research and development, art and design, law, engineering, management, education, finance, health and medicine, and the military. I'm currently sitting aligned more with the research and development grouping as the most similar to how my brain works. They then have specific insights into each game you play when you have played it many times. When I was at my peak in train of thought. I was getting a really high level on that. But given I haven't been playing these games as much since June when I went overseas, my accuracy and speed have decreased. There's a small section where you can read about the science behind the games. In terms of creating a new game, the scientists identify a cognitive ability that they want to focus on, and then devise a way to challenge that skill. They will either adapt cognitive or neuropsychological tests used by researchers for decades to test cognition, or they will design a new experimental challenge. So then the game designers take over and create the games. This app can be run on mobile devices, where I most likely will use it, and computer to suit everyone's needs. The games are designed to adapt to a player's ability levels, to make sure they're challenged to the best of their abilities. They really want to advance the human mind. I enjoyed being challenged very much. The website provides a lot more information about the science behind it and the company called Lumos, which has been around since 2009. There are more than 75 million users signed up. That would give a lot of usable data. 60% of the users are under 50. And funnily enough, the two favourite games, the top one is Train of Thought, and the second top is Trouble Brewing, which are also my two most played games. Train of Thought has been played over 500 million times by over 20 million people. This company is doing something right. If you like brain training apps, I really encourage you to download this one and give it a try. As I say, they've got a free subscription, so you don't need to pay, and you can try them out and see if you like it before you invest any money. Thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share, subscribe and leave a comment. I'll be back next time to continue the review of Lumosity with a games review occupying the whole episode. Thank you.